In this class, we are going to learn about quadratic functions. Okay, and the book which we are going to follow, I'm going to show you just a minute. This book we are going to follow, Mathematics Core Topics HL, for use with Mathematics Analysis and Approach HL and Mathematics Applications and Interpretation HL. Okay, for IB Diploma program. So today we are going to learn about quadratic functions. So you might be knowing quadratic function is of the form, the general form of quadratic function is y equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are constants, and a cannot be equal to 0. A is not equal to 0, because if a becomes 0, then what will happen? Then this function will not remain quadratic. Okay, then 0 into x square, 0 plus bx plus c, means this function will become linear. Bx plus c, it is a linear function. So the condition is that y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. Y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c is a quadratic function where a, b, c are constants and a is not equal to 0. This is clear. Now, when you put this is called quadratic function because y is a function of x. Y is a function of x. Okay, y is a function of x. But if you put y is equal to 0, 0 is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, or we can write ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, then it becomes quadratic equation. Okay, this becomes quadratic equations, and you have already studied it. Okay, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And in quadratic equation or quadratic function, the maximum power of x is 2. Okay, maximum power of x is 2. So that is why it is called quadratic function and quadratic equation. Correct. Now, what will be the shape of quadratic function? When you will draw a graph, when you plot a graph of this function, then what will be the shape? That we are going to see. Okay, so graphs of quadratic function. So we'll take the simplest example. Y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c is the form, general form of quadratic function. And here, in this case, a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 0, c is equal to 0. Then this becomes y is equal to x square. This is the simplest quadratic function. Y is equal to x square. Correct? So now when you will plot the graph of this y is equal to x square, means for different values of x, what value you are getting for y. If you are taking x is equal to -3, then you are getting y is equal to 9. -3 square is 9. When you are taking x as -2, then y is equal to -2 square, that is 4. When you are taking x is equal to -1, then -1 square is equal to y is equal to 1. Like that you are getting, means for -3 and +3, you are getting the same value for y. For -2 and +2, you are getting the same value for y. For -1 and 1, you are getting the same value for y. So when you will draw the graph, the shape of the graph will be like this. See here. So this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. So for x, when x is equal to -3, means when x is equal to -3, then what is the value of y? Y is equal to 9. So this point. When x is equal to -2, then what is the value of y? 4. So this point. When x is equal to -1, then what is the value of y? 1. Similarly, When x is equal to 0, y is also 0. So this graph will pass through the origin. Now when y is equal to 1, x is equal to 1, then y is equal to 1. So this is the point. When x is equal to 2, then y is equal to 2 square, that is 4. When x is equal to 3, then y is equal to 3 square, that is 9. So are you getting? So you are getting the shape of the graph like this. And this shape is called parabola. This shape is called parabola. And the point, this point, where the graph turns, see here, the graph is coming down, -3, -2, -1. So the graph is going like this. Okay. When at 0, it turns, at x is equal to 0, the direction of this graph turns. Now the graph is going upward. So this is the turning point. And this is also called vertex. Okay. So the point where the graph turns is called the vertex. If the graphs open upwards, this is the example of opening upward. If the graph is opening upward, then the vertex is the minimum. So in this example, the graph is opening upward. So this vertex will give you the minimum or minimum turning point. And the graph is concave upwards. This is called concave upwards. This shape is called concave upwards. And if the graph opens downwards, means the graph is like this. The graph is opening downward. In this case, this vertex is the maximum. This vertex is the maximum or maximum turning point. Maximum turning point. Here it is minimum. Or minimum turning point. Turning point. This is called concave upward and this is called concave downward. Okay. So this is the shape. And the vertical line that passes through the vertex, this is this dotted line. The vertical line, this dotted line that passes through the vertex is called the axis of symmetry. So this is the axis of symmetry. And because this parabola is opening upward, it is concave upward, so the vertex gives the minimum. Correct? And the point where the graph cuts the x-axis, the point where the graph cuts the x-axis are called x-intercept. And the point where the graph cuts the y-axis is called the y-intercept. So this is the y-intercept and this is the x-intercept. So there are two x-intercept in this case and one y-intercept. So the value of y where the graph crosses the y-axis is the y-intercept. And the values of x, if they exist, means there may be cases where it does not cut the x-axis. Means your graph may be like this also. If your graph is like this, it means it is the graph is this parabola is not cutting the x-axis. So in this case, you will find that it is not having any x-intercept. So the values of x, if they exist where the graph crosses the x-axis, are called the x-intercepts, if they exist. Okay. In some cases, it may not cut the x-axis. So in that case, there will not be x-intercepts. Okay. So they also correspond to the roots of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, so the x-intercepts correspond to the roots. We know now ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, then what are the roots? If the roots of ax square plus bx plus c are alpha and beta, if alpha and beta are the roots, then we get now alpha beta is equal to what? Minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Correct? These are the roots. So for one time you are taking minus b plus, another time you will take minus b minus root b square minus 4ac upon 2. So you will get two values. Okay. So when there is no x-intercept, means when the graph is not cutting the x-axis, then there will be no real roots. When the graph does not crosses the x-axis, then the roots of the equation are not real. Okay. We already know that if discriminant of the quadratic equation is what? D is equal to b square minus 4ac. So if D is equal to 0, then it has real roots, real and equal roots. If D is greater than 0, then real and unequal roots. And if D is less than 0, then not real, means imaginary roots. So this is the case. This is the case when there is no x-intercept. No x-intercept. Correct? So this is a quadratic function, and you already know these things. Now come to the different forms of quadratic function. So different forms of quadratic functions are here. See, this is very, very important for problem solving point of view. Okay. So see here, quadratic functions here, the quadratic functions are of three different forms. And these three different forms, first form is this. Second form is this. Third form is this. Means this is the general form ax square plus bx plus c plus bx plus c. Y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. This is the general form. Okay. So except that there are three other forms like this. Y is equal to a into x minus p into x minus q. See, y is equal to a into x minus p into x minus p q, where p and q are member of real number set. Here, if your quadratic function is of this form, then you can directly say that the x-intercepts are p and q. X-intercepts are p and q. And what will be the axis of symmetry here? Axis of symmetry will be x is equal to p plus q by 2. P plus q by 2. And what is the x coordinate of the vertex? So x coordinate of the vertex is p plus q by 2. So if this is the form, y is equal to a into x minus p into x minus q, where p and q are member of real number set, then in this case, x-intercepts will be P and Q, axis of symmetry will be P plus Q by 2, and vertex has coordinate, vertex has x coordinate P plus Q by 2. Okay, and once the x coordinate of vertex is known, then you can find the y coordinate also by putting this. Okay, so here, see here, one more thing here, A. If A is positive, means A is greater than 0. In that case, the shape of the graph will be concave upward. Concave upward. Okay, so here we are assuming that A is positive. So if A is positive, then it will open upward. This is called concave upward. So in this case, the shape of the graph will be like this. This is your x-intercept. P and Q are the x-intercepts. And x is equal to P plus Q by 2 is the axis of symmetry. And x coordinate of the vertex is P plus Q by 2. Correct? Now the second form. Second form is y is equal to A into x minus h whole square. Y is equal to A into x minus h square. In this case, what will happen? The shape of the graph will be like this. Okay, here A into x minus h whole square. So here your graph, the parabola touches x-axis. Touches x-axis at h. Means this is the case where d is equal to 0. And this is the case when d means discriminant is greater than 0. Okay, and this is y is equal to A into x minus h whole square plus k. Then in this case, axis of symmetry is equal to x is equal to h, and vertex is equal to hk. Vertex is equal to h and k. And here, because here you can write plus 0, so here your vertex is h and 0, means x coordinate is h and y coordinate is 0. Here your x coordinate is h and y coordinate is k. Correct? So here in this case, if y is equal to A into x minus h whole square, then your graph touches x-axis. And axis of symmetry is x is equal to h. Vertex is h0. Here also, in this case also, if your graph is of the form y is equal to A into x minus h whole square plus k, here also the axis of symmetry is x is equal to h, but the vertex is hk. Correct? So these are the three different forms. Now you should have found that A, the coefficient of x square, controls the width of the graph and whether it opens upwards or downwards. So A tells you about the nature of the graph, means it is opening upward or downward, and it is the width of the graph is more or less. So see here, for a quadratic function y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, A is not equal to 0, correct? Then if A is greater than 0, means A is positive, this produces the shape called concave up. This is opening upward. Okay, and if A is less than 0, this produces the shape concave downward. Okay, means just see, if it is 3x square plus 6x plus 9, this is your y. So in this case, because this is your A, what is the value of A? A is equal to 3, B is equal to 6, C is equal to 9. So A is positive, na? A is positive. So 100% the shape of graph will be like this. It will open upward. Okay. If here in this case, if y is equal to minus 3x square plus 5x plus 9 like this. So what is here? Minus 3. So here what is A? A is equal to minus 3. B is equal to 5. C is equal to 9. So because A is negative, A is less than 0. So in this case, your graph will open downward. This is the meaning. Now, if this value ax square plus bx plus c, here in this case, a cannot be 0. Okay, but a can be negative, a can be positive, a can be it can be between -1 is less than a can be between -1 and +1, and a can be less than -1, or a is greater than 1. These are the possibilities. Okay, a is not equal to 0, that is sure. Then what are the other possibilities? Means a can be between -1 and +1, and a can be between a can be less than -1, and a can be greater than +1. So if the value of a is between -1 and 1, means if your graph is like this example, -1 and 1, so it can be half. We can write half or 0.5. So this can also be 0.5 x square plus 5x plus 9. This can also be the case. 0.5, because 0.5 is between -1 and +1. So in this case, the graph is wider than y is equal to x square. Graph is wider than y is equal to x square. Correct? Because here in this case, what is the value of a? In this case, a is equal to 1. In this case, y is equal to x square. What is the value of a? A is equal to 1. Correct? So if it is between -1 and +1, then your graph will be wider than this. Wider than y is equal to x square. And if a is less than -1 or a is greater than 1, means here it can be -5x square plus 6x plus 10, or 2x square minus 6x plus 5, like this. So here, see here, -5 means what? It is less than -1. Plus 2 means what? It is greater than 1. So in this case, the graph will be narrower than y is equal to x square. Means whatever you have found the graph of, if this is your graph of y is equal to x square, okay, so if your next graph is your y is equal to 2x square, then it will be narrower. It will be like this. Are you getting? It will be narrower. But if this is your graph for y is equal to x square, and if it is y is equal to, here this is for y is equal to 2x square, this one, and this is for y is equal to x square. If this is y is equal to x square, and if y is equal to 0.5x square, then it will be wider. This is the meaning. This is for 0.5. Y is equal to 0.5x square, and this is for y is equal to x square. This is the meaning. Okay. So first of all, there are few questions. See, just we'll see what will be the shape of the graph. Let me erase and make some space. And we'll check also. See here the graph, here what will be the shape of the graph if your function is of this form, first form, means this is a, What is the form? Y is equal to A into x minus p into x minus q. If this is the form, means first form, then p and q are the x-intercepts. And p plus q by 2, x is equal to p plus q by 2 will be the axis of symmetry. And x coordinate of the vertex, x coordinate of the vertex is equal to p plus q by 2. So this equation is of the same form. Okay. So here in this case, see here, this x minus p is there, x minus q is there, correct? A into x minus p, x minus q. But here it is 2 into x plus 3 is there and x minus 1 is there. So if it is plus 3, then your x-intercept will be minus 3. And because here it is x minus 1, so another x-intercept will be 1. So if it is x plus 3, then one x-intercept will be minus 3. X minus 1, then other intercept will be plus 1. Correct? So these are your x-intercepts. Correct? X-intercept is equal to minus 3 and 1. And now, what is your axis of symmetry? P plus q by 2. Means minus 3 plus 1 by 2. X is equal to. So minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. So minus 2 upon 2. Means x is equal to minus 1 is the axis of symmetry. X is equal to minus 1 is the axis of symmetry. And what is the x coordinate of the vertex? So x coordinate of the vertex is equal to minus 1. Okay. And what is the y coordinate? What is the y-intercept? Y-intercept we can find by putting x is equal to 0. How will you find the y-intercept? So in this you put x is equal to 0. Means on y-axis, what is the value of x? 0. On y-axis, the value of x is equal to 0. So put it here, x is equal to 0. So this will be plus 3, this will be minus 1. So 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by minus 1. It will give you minus 6. So minus 6 is the y-intercept. X-intercept is minus 3 and 1. And axis of symmetry is minus 1. And x coordinate of the vertex is also minus 1. Here x is equal to minus 1 is the axis of symmetry and x coordinate of the vertex is minus 1. Okay. Now this is the another form. See here. In this way, this also we can find. But here in this case, see here the x is equal to negative. A is equal to negative. A is what is the value of A? A is equal to minus 2. A is negative. So the graph will open downward. It will be like this. For B case, for B, the graph will open downward. Because here A is negative. A is less than 0. This is minus 2. See here. So in this case, y is equal to minus 2, x minus 1 and x minus 2. So minus 2, because A is minus 2, so it is confirmed that the shape of the graph, the parabola will open downward. And because here it is x minus 1 and x minus 2, then x-intercept will be 1 and 2 are the x-intercept. Correct. And what will be the y-intercept? For y-intercept, we'll put x is equal to 0. Means y is equal to minus 2, 0 minus 1 multiplied by 0 minus 2. So this is minus 2, minus 1 into minus 2, plus 2 into minus 2, minus 4. So y is equal to minus 4. So y is equal to minus 4 is the y-intercept. Y-intercept means where the graph crosses the y-axis, means where it cuts the y-axis. And on y-axis, the coordinate of x is always 0. So that is why we are putting here x is equal to 0. So y-intercept is minus 4. Correct. Now we have to find the axis of symmetry. So axis of symmetry will be what? P plus q by 2. So what is P here? P is equal to 1, Q is equal to 2. So axis of symmetry will be p plus q by 2. X is equal to p plus q by 2 means x is equal to 1 plus 2 by 2 means x is equal to 3 by 2. So x is equal to 3 by 2 is the axis of symmetry. Correct? X is equal to 3 by 2 is the axis of symmetry, and the x coordinate of the vertex is also 3 by 2. Okay? X coordinate will also be 3 by 2 because it will lie on this line. Now, this is the case. Y is equal to half x plus 2 whole square. This is the third form. Okay, so here, see, here this is the form of y is equal to a into x minus h whole square plus 0, because here the value of k is equal to 0. So here, what is the axis of symmetry? Axis of symmetry will be x is equal to h. In this case, because here x plus 2 is there, half of y is equal to half of x plus 2 whole square. So what is the value of h here? Minus 2. So here the axis of symmetry will be h is equal to x is equal to minus 2. Why minus 2? Because here plus sign is there. Okay, x plus 2 is there, so that is why x is equal to minus 2. If it is x minus 2, in that case x will be plus 2. Okay, so that we have to take care. So here the axis of symmetry is equal to x is equal to minus 2. Correct? Now we have to find the, and in this case we already know that if your graph is of this form, then it will not cut the x-axis at two places. It will only touch the x-axis. So where it touches at x is equal to minus 2. So it touches the x-axis at x is equal to h or x is equal to minus 2. Touching x is equal to minus 2, and x is equal to minus 2 is the axis of symmetry. Now you have to find that what is its y coordinate. So y coordinate will be not y coordinate. What is the y-intercept? So y-intercept is the point on y-axis where the graph crosses the y-axis. So put here x is equal to 0. So y is equal to half into 0 plus 2 whole square. Means y is equal to half into 2 square is what? 4. So 2 2 is 4. So y is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2 is the y-intercept. See, y is equal to 2 is the y-intercept. And it touches the x-axis at x is equal to minus 2. Correct? And axis of symmetry is equal to x is equal to minus 2. So in this way, we can find all the values and we can draw the graph. We can plot the graph. So today we learned about the three form. One form is y is equal to a into x minus p into x minus q, where p and q are members of our real numbers. The shape of the graph will be like this. Here we are assuming that a is positive, so the graph will open upward. And here the x-intercept is equal to p and q. If this is the form, then x-intercepts are p and q, and axis of symmetry is x is equal to p plus q by 2, and vertex has x coordinate p plus q by 2. This is the case when discriminant is greater than 0. Another form is y is equal to a into x minus h whole square. Means actually the main form is this: y is equal to a into x minus h whole square plus k. But in this case, k is equal to 0. So in this case, your graph touches the x-axis. It does not cut the x-axis at two places. It only touches the x-axis. And where it touches? At h0. And x is equal to h is the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is x is equal to h. Touches x-axis at h. And what is the vertex? h0. Because here k is 0. In this case, y is equal to a into x minus h whole square plus k, where h and k are member of real number set. Then in this case also, the coordinate of vertex is h and k. And here also the axis of symmetry is equal to x is equal to h. X is equal to h. Correct? And then the graph will be like this. And we are assuming that A is positive. Here also we are assuming that A is greater than 0. Here also we are assuming that A is greater than 0. So here also we are assuming that A is greater than 0. It means in all the three cases, the graph will open upward, means concave up. Correct? So this is very, very important. And this is going to, when you have to plot the graph of quadratic, then these forms are going to be very useful for you. Okay, so just remember these three forms. General form is already there. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. That is there, but these forms are very important for plotting the graph of quadratics. So just remember it, practice it, then you can solve and plot any quadratic function. Okay, so for today's class, just we'll stop here and then we'll meet in the next class. Till then, okay, bye-bye.